Frustratingly, the wind has not died down. I mean, it's died down a little bit, but not a lot. Not enough for me to go ride. I guess I'll just make my way west. Yeah, that'll do. I wouldn't call myself a nostalgic person. I don't romanticize things. I mean, I feel very deeply about things, but mostly like ideas. Like yesterday when I was talking about the controlled burns. I mean, I get excited about that stuff. I don't really get excited about places, though. Places are not really important to me. I mean, the only time that I really give a lot of thought to physical locations are when those locations are not serving me well. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I don't long to be somewhere that I'm not. I don't think or feel about places like they're somehow important. All that said, on the way from Salina, where I was yesterday, to Garden City, where I need to be tomorrow, is my alma mater, Sterling College in Sterling, Kansas. So I thought, why not? Let's go by the old haunt. Maybe I can walk around and have college kids look at me like I'm weird. That would be fun. Here we are, Sterling College. How you doing? This is where Geraldine lived. McCreary Hall, that's her dorm. Oh, the bookstore. I worked in the bookstore. That's where Geraldine and I met. She came in and wanted to purchase some thumbtacks. So I sold them to her. Oh, these are new. New buildings. These were not on campus. Douglas Residences. That was like a basketball court or a tennis court or something when I was here. It's where we used to have our very first dance of the year. That's actually where Geraldine and I started dating, was at the dance. I need to go find my dorm. Oh, this is bizarre. Again, I'm not a nostalgic person for places or anything, but places are kind of fun, I guess. It's really weird to be here. This is the Great Lawn. I don't know if they call it the Great Lawn or just the lawn. I used to play Ultimate out here. A friend of mine got married out here. Oh yeah, it looks like they still play Ultimate because boy, this ground is just messed up. Very well worn. Okay, so this is Campbell Hall. This is where I lived. I actually lived up there my first year, my freshman year, probably my freshman and sophomore year. I lived up on the second floor up there. And then my final years, I actually lived right there in the basement of Campbell Hall. Now, you know me and not liking to get up early. We used to have choir rehearsal over the noon hour. That's messed up. But like I had so much trouble sleeping that I would often go to sleep at like 3 in the morning or so and then wouldn't wake up. And so Geraldine would come by my window and knock on the window to wake me up to go to choir rehearsal. I used to think it was kind of silly that she did that. I still think it's a little silly that she felt like she had to do that, but I mean, what a kind thing to do, right? What a kind thing to do, to come and wake me up and make sure that I was on my way to class. Okay, this is Spencer Hall. This is where the theater is. I wonder if I can get in and show you the theater. Is it open? Oh, it is. Awesome. Oh, wow. Ooh. Is that? How you doing? I'm an alum. What? I'm just back looking at where I spent 4 years. Okay. How are you? Doing all good. Wow, all been redone. Used to be green on the walls and nasty red carpet. Reminiscing? Oh yeah. 4 years on that stage brings a lot of memories. What did you do? I was in the theater program. Man, I spent hours of my life that place. So I got a kid who's on his way to college, and he's trying to figure it out. And I've got a lot of strong opinions about college and what college is worth and how much we should be paying about college. In fact, when I was just in the theater, I was talking to one of the staff members, and we were talking about educational debt and just how ridiculous it is. And it reminds me of something that I think about a lot. Remember a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I talked about how vain I was, how vain of a man I am. In a lot of ways, I think that we fall prey to vanity when it comes to college. And here you've got 17, 18-year-olds who really have little to no capacity to make a huge lifelong decision like college. And the reason why it is such a huge thing is, I mean, these kids are getting out of college with mounds and mounds and mounds of debt. And people's brains don't fully develop, and they aren't able to really consider long-term consequences until we're about 22, 23 years old. I mean, we're just not. And so here we're asking these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids to make this huge decision about debt, and they're like, oh yeah, that'll be fine because I want to go to college. So one of the things that I've been encouraging Ian to do is to not get caught up in the trap that you've got to go to this big, highfalutin, frankly expensive school. I know that I've got some 10s who work in academia, and you're not really going to agree wholeheartedly with what I say, and I'm okay with that, but we've talked about it before. Here's the beauty of a small college. Here's the beauty of a place that you can afford. I 100% believe that you make situations what you need of them. I mean, here's the thing. We Americans, we love the pull yourself up by your own bootstraps narrative, and yet we still like to revere the idea that you've got to go to a big freaking school. I don't want people to look at the list of colleges and think, oh, I've got to go to the #1 college on the list, because you don't. Sterling College, friends, is not even close to the #1 college on the list. I mean, did I get a good education here? Yeah, I got a really, really good education here. That's what I tell Ian all the time as he's looking at these schools. I'm like, look at your mom and I. We went to a tiny little school out in the middle of nowhere. But it doesn't matter, because we're smart people and we're passionate people and we're driven people, and that's really what matters. Okay, I gotta go to Garden City. I've still got about 3 hours left to drive. Let's do it. Before I get out of town, thought I'd drive by my old houses. Ooh, they painted it. Okay, so this is the very first house that Geraldine and I lived in. 212 North 9th. That's the house we lived in when Ian was born. Wow. Wow. We called it the slum house. There were crickets all in there. I woke up one night in bed with Geraldine hitting me. I'm like, what are you doing? Apparently there were crickets on me, and she was trying to kill them. It was awful. It really was. And we moved into another house over here. Where is it? Up here it is. Yeah, this blue one. 216 North 8th. Oh my Lord, mercy. Mercy, mercy. Just, the landlord wanted to sell it to us. He was going to sell it to us for $24,000. And here's the United Presbyterian Church. Actually, one of my Synod commissioners is the pastor here. That was the first place that I became Presbyterian, right there. Oh, soft spot. Looks like Sterling, Kansas is still a one stoplight town. Awesome. Welcome to farm country. That is more common than you will ever know. Alright, so I made it to Garden City, and they gave me a really cool map of the Garden City trail system, which has bike lane trails throughout the city, which is rad. And I'm staying right here, right next to a place where at least there's proposed bike lanes, but these are streets where they want us to be able to ride. So that's fantastic. That's just fantastic. Yeah, the wind is not bad here at all. It's a little overcast and it's a little chilly. But it's great. It's great. So I'm gonna throw on my gear and I'm gonna go take a ride. This is great. Oh, the sun has gone down. The wind has kicked up a little bit. I'm a little cold. I have not ridden nearly as far as I want to, but I gotta go back. I'm not happy. Oh, not happy. Teds, check it out. Those are the blades from the giant wind farm things. These things are gigantic. All right, Tens, we have a problem. I don't know where I am. I'm lost on a highway in Garden City. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Landon, do you have your phone? Yes, I have my phone. And then I believe that you will probably say, Landon, does it have a map program on it? And I will say, yes, it does. In fact, I'm using one right now to track my ride. And so I believe that the last thing that you are going to say is, oh, I think that's my road. I think that's my road. Yes, Jenny Baker Road, that's what I was looking for. See, I was being a man and I was just like, I can find my way back. I was right, Tens, right up there, my hotel. See, I'm a man. I don't need to stop and ask for directions. I don't need your stinking map program. I'm a man. Oh yeah. All right, much better ride. I did almost 7.5 miles. Oh, this is great. 15 miles an hour, 7.5 miles. That's not bad for not being gone. I think I figured out why the last time it was 12.8 miles. It's because I kept slowing down, putting the camera down and doing all those shots. Yeah, 15 miles an hour. I'm proud of that. I am proud of that. My legs are a little hurty. I need some ibuprofen, but it was a good day on the bike. Oh, very happy. Thank you, Garden City. You're the best. James has arrived, so I'm gonna go grab him and we're gonna go find something to eat. I'm thinking Chinese or Mexican. There are a lot of Mexican immigrants in this part of Kansas, and so the food is always incredible. I'm gonna hurt this.